Oh, we're live. A little risque, you say, my friend.
Oh,
Did you?
not just a little risque. Just wait for it. It's coming.
I can't wait. I
Okay.
miss you. You look good
I'm,
today.
thank you. Not even gonna lie. Are we live? I'm gonna be telling tales on myself.
Yeah, yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes
You're live,
ago.
so be careful. We're
Okay,
live.
can I start out with a story? It's not the risque story, but I have to start out with the story because
Okay, start off with a
okay.
story, but I'm
All
really
right.
holding my breath for the.
The risque story is coming. I promise. All right. Hey, Karen Nowak. Um,
Hi,
Mother's Day.
Karen.
Mother's Day was Sunday. And so my sweet husband takes me up to a local garden center because I've recently become absolutely obsessed with, and he's standing in the window. I have to give him a thumbs up that he did. Anyway, he takes me to this garden center because I have become obsessed with putting plants on my back patio. Become absolutely
Obsessed.
obsessed. So that was my Mother's Day outing was that we went to, I see all the people coming. Hey, Nicole. Hey,
I know. I see
Patty.
everybody
Everybody's
too.
coming. So he takes me on Sunday to this garden center. It's a premier garden center. It's awesome. It's like an outing. You can go and they've got a little coffee thing and it's just amazing stuff, right? It was
Right.
also ungodly hot here and 1,000,000% humidity. And we were out of the car for maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes. And I thought I was going to pass out. I was just like, no, I can't go from balmy temps to like Texas summer. I'm going to pass out. So I throw in the towel. I'm like, that's it. This was great. We're going to check out. I'm going to go sit in the car in the air conditioning and wait for you to haul all this crap out to the car, babe. Thanks. Happy Mother's Day to me. So I go out and I get in the car because I'm schwitzing and I'm really, I'm uncomfortable. All I want to do is go home and take my bra off. Right. So Nick gets in the car. I'm telling you, Nick gets in the car and he cannot stop talking. There was some couple ahead of him checking out that had a wind chime. I promise you that there is a point to this story. That they had a wind chime and he could not stop talking about how awesome this wind chime was. My husband is Mr. Low key laid back, right? He doesn't like anything. If you ask him, hey, what do you think of that? That's okay. And that's high compliment for him. He was like using words like awesome. He was, I know, I can see the face you're making.
Like
I was like,
mesmerized with the wind chime.
totally with a
Maybe it did
wind
a
chime.
voodoo on him.
I don't know. So I'm like, well, why don't you go get a wind chime? He goes, well, no, I'm too hot too. I can't, whatever. So yesterday he goes up to back to this garden center and he's going to go find this wind chime because he's cannot stop talking about this wind chime. Okay. And he never wants anything. So I'm like he seriously never wants anything. So I'm like, if you want the wind chime, you should have the wind chime. He goes up, he finds the wind chime. He's like, it's $200. It's a $200 wind chime.
Oh, it's a good
And I'm
one.
like, yeah, but you're worth it and you should have the wind chime.
Yeah,
So he gets
considering
the
he
wind
gets
chime.
nothing. Uh-huh.
The long and the short of it is this wind chime is genuinely epic. They're handmade in Austin, Texas, and they're tuned to a pentatonic scale and they're a thing. It's a thing. And they genuinely make the coolest sounds. Genuinely the coolest sounds.
So
Well,
so
so it's hanging. I said, let's hang it outside the bedroom window so that we can hear it as we're drifting off to
oh,
sleep.
it's like a romantic little lullaby for you.
Right?
Ching.
Okay. Except the dogs were not very enthusiastic about the wind chime.
Oh, they didn't like it. Dogs don't like wind chimes? Maybe it bugs them.
Well, I think it was just because it was new. So I basically got less than 2 hours of sleep last night. I was up all effing night. I'm telling you right now. They were absolutely out of control. I've got a photo which I can show you later. When I finally got up at 8 o'clock this morning and I threw in the towel. I was like, clearly I'm not going to get any sleep. I got up, I went out and sat in the living room in my pajamas, and my big dog was like on me. Like he never does that. So that's why I was in my pajamas at 5:30 sitting out on the back patio because on days when I don't, I have fibromyalgia. So on days when I have gotten no sleep and I'm non-functional, those are the days I catch up on all my admin stuff. I stay home and work on my computer.
Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we kicked off kitchen table soldering last night. We had our first
I
session. So
heard.
I edited video and I did all of that stuff. And then sitting out on my back patio, still in my pajamas, hair unbrushed, face unwashed, just definitely not fit for prime time. At about 5:30, I sat up and went, "Oh shit! Aren't we doing Sip and Shine tonight? We're doing Sip and Shine." So there you go. That's the long and the short of what happened. So there
Oh,
you
you
go.
have a straw in yours? I put one today too in mine. How
I
funny.
did. Do you know why? Because it winds up spilling on my
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, and it's I like this because it keeps it nice and cold. So it's
I
good.
love my swag.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, my friend.
Ching
All
ching.
right. Chink chink. So what happened to all the comments? All the comments stopped. Are we still live?
No, the comments are there. I see. So hello to everybody. Hi, Patty, Melanie, Diana, Bonnie, Diane, Nicole, Richie says she can't wait for the juicy story.
Oh, the juicy.
The risque story. Melanie Campbell, Linda, hello. Suni's here. There's still more people, but I can't see. Yara left this thing, so I can't move it. But they're all here.
Yay.
So Francesca was just telling me a little story before we went live about what's it called, her obsession with flowers. And then we were chit-chatting and she's like, wait, let's talk about it on the show. So we're like, okay, let's talk
So
about
that's why. And I'm sorry, this is so dark. I should get a spotlight.
Why? No, you're good. Francesca, you look good.
Good?
Yeah, she doesn't look dark. Yara, look at her feed. Yara says it looks fine, and he's really picky.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Julie. Julie says both of you guys are crazy beautiful. Today I have, thank you very much, I said. I have a Jewel Tool swag, not waiting on my maker. Oh, nice, Diana.
Yay.
I actually have only eye really makeup on an airbrush today and a little lipstick. I didn't do any contour. So how's my makeup? Not
Your
bad,
makeup, you always look beautiful. This is an absolutely true story. I recently went to I think I texted you about this. Here's going to be, okay, this is going to be the problem with tonight is that it's been so long since we visited that we just have all this catching up to do. We can never let it be a month again. It's too long. We just can never let it. But I went to a business event here in the village.
That was cool.
Literally, it was one of the first Chamber of Commerce events that we've had in person here since the zombie apocalypse. And I was seeing people that I hadn't seen for like a year, and several of them were like, "How is it possible that you've been locked up for a year and you came out looking younger? What is wrong with you?" I'm just saying, it's the magic of Anie.
Someone was wearing everything.
I did my hair. I airbrushed my face. I have gotten more compliments, I'm serious, seriously, in the last month than maybe in my whole life.
My whole life. I'm telling you, I remember the exact location of where I was when I received that text message from you. And I'm like,
oh, is that right?
No way, shut up. I literally
really
in the car coming back home from the shop. And I'm like, I'm just so happy. I get happy when you guys get good compliments. You know what I mean? I feel like,
is this better or worse? I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, Francesca, you look, no, not on the feed. We don't see you as dark.
No? Okay. All right.
No, well, come on. Yara's got light shooting up my yang over here.
Oh, speaking of yangs, I have another story for you.
Oh, we have a story. Hold on. Let me just. Today was a rough one. So there.
I'm sorry.
I feel like I need to moisturize. I'm always wanting to keep things fresh. If you didn't notice that about me, I feel like I have to put myself in a preserve, like a jam, a preserve, like twist that thing on tight, keep it all tight.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
So, I had to visit the plastic surgeon again. That's why I did a little live from Santa Monica. And when we were there,
I'm sorry.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, well, I forgot what we were waiting for. We were waiting for something. And I said, well, while I'm waiting, let me do a quick little live on Santa Monica, and you guys can look at the Ferris wheel was working and the roller coaster on the pier was working. So I just did a quick little live, but back to what I wanted to say is, so they have all sorts of lasers there, really nice lasers. And I always want the laser work done. for like your chest and your skin and stuff. And so the
Do you see
technician,
the face I'm making? Pew,
you don't understand, you
pew,
guys. I will
pew,
try
pew.
anything. I want everything.
I'm
And
like,
so,
so
so when
this
I
is,
when I was there, the
oh,
girls that perform all this they were telling me, they're like, have you done anything to like your chest or anything? And I was like, no. And I was like, why? And I'm like, is
yeah,
she trying
why?
to tell me I
Do
need
I
something,
need
or
to?
I look good? So it was, I look good. And I was,
Yay!
yeah. So I was like, and she's like, what do you, I'd like, have you done any treatments? And I go, no, I have these
Okay,
economy laser.
I'm gonna confess to you that I have not been using those, and I'm noticing I have this little waddle right here. I really need to get on that. But here's the deal. Seriously, you guys.
Should. Oh,
I
you don't
I sleep
understand.
I sleep with a
Look.
CPAP. I sleep with a
Oh,
CPAP. So I've already got this like rig on my, I have to have my hair up so that there's something for the headband to hang on to because my head's a
yeah,
weird shape and there's like whatever. And so the thought of putting another thing on, it'd be
yeah.
like suiting up for battle. Like
Uh, yeah, I
I have
understand.
to
Then
suit up.
you know when
Uh,
you should use it, Francesca, is
when?
whenever I catch myself doing, I have to do something like this a lot.
Yeah.
This is where things get. I actually will wear it with the straps, and that way I don't get the wrinkles
So
because I get
maybe I
worried.
should take it to the studio and wear it while I'm working.
Yes, where when you're work, I'm on social media towards the evening time, like while I'm just chilling in my bed watching TV, but I'm always like this,
Yeah,
looking.
yeah, yeah.
And so
Oh, I gotta
I'll
tell you.
actually,
Oh, I gotta tell you what happened to me today. OMG. This actually happened to me today. I'm sitting out, so I do this a lot. When I'm on my phone, I put my glasses up and I stick my phone right up close to my face because I'm blind and I hate my progressive lenses. So I'm outside doing this, right? Head down. This is what made me think of it like this. And a hummingbird, do you see the back of my phone has got like stuff on it?
yeah.
A hummingbird comes and lands on my phone right here, like right here. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I was like,
Okay, that is that is like a sign from God or something. I'm telling
right?
you. Listen, I'm not joking, Francesca. It was funny because I was debating if I should stay here one year, if I want to stay back in this location. And I just asked God for a sign. Give me a sign. Should I stay here? Should I not? What do I do?
Right?
And then I'm telling you, like that week or like even that day, a hummingbird flew in the shop. And we're like, what do we do with the hummingbird? Everyone's saying if you don't take care of it, it'll die. If it doesn't get nectar, it'll die. So here we are with cardboard. Yara's doing everything in its power. We're open all the
Oh,
doors, all the things, everything to get the hummingbird out. And but every Armenian I know, that when I told them about the hummingbird, they all told me that's a blessing. Take that as
oh,
a
is
good
it
little.
really? Oh,
Yes, so take that as a blessing, and
I
it
just got
came straight
goosebumps.
to you. I got
I just got
goosebumps too.
goosebumps. Oh my God. You and I really are, we are like soul sisters. It's really scary.
I swear, I really did. Like I even looked at myself right when I said it. You're like,
I
I
know,
got
right?
goosebumps. I don't know if you guys got a lag over there. Um, oh, Melanie says, I love my neck one. The transformation is huge. Yes, French. Yes, everybody. Oh, I will comes out my hand. Oh, how cool! Really, Melanie? She had one came and sat on her hand and ate like food out of her hand. That's
Shut
amazing.
up. That is
Oh,
amazing.
Kathy says they symbolize enjoyment of life or good luck. I agree.
I'll
I
take
really do.
both. I'll take it.
Yes.
I will take
Oh,
it.
Julia
It was just
Teeple said,
amazing. It was literally like this. I mean, like seriously, it was like right. And then I like couldn't breathe. I was just like,
I would
I didn't want
be.
to move. I'm
Wow,
getting
that's
goosebumps. It was
crazy.
amazing. It was amazing.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Take it, girlfriend. Receive it.
Patty says I'm an honorary Armenian now. I'll take that too. I will take that too.
I love you, Patty. That's the best.
All right. So I've been telling you what I've been up to. What have you been up to?
So I had something that not that long ago was a raffle, and someone I know who I love won.
Can I just tell you, honest to God, I seriously, my phone started blowing up. Nicole Richie calls me. I'm like, why is Nicole Richie calling me? She never calls me. like flipping out. Oh my God, you won! And Facebook messages, and I'm like, I won what?
$20 million. Okay.
I was completely clueless. Seriously, so excited. And so we were just talking before we came online. You said that it's all packed up and it's going in the mail to me tomorrow. I can't wait. And you said that there might be some other things in the box.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me
Yes.
what that is, or is it going to be a surprise?
No, well, there's some things that I feel as though we need to upgrade you on. If the queen is going to have a jewel tool, she needs to have what a queen deserves, like some good stuff.
I have good stuff.
Yes, but more
It's
big,
just
like
old
bigger stuff.
6 years old.
Big.
The 4 inches. I'm so excited.
The big stuff. So we're gonna get some
OMG.
4 inches in your hand.
Yes, baby.
Yes, so you get to see what other people are talking about. You need to be, I want you to.
I'm so excited because this is literally what happens. This is like me standing outside the shop window. So people are like, I'm finally getting ready to buy my new jewel tool. Do I go with the 3-inch or the 4-inch? And I'm like, get the 4-inch. And then I'm over here in the corner going, because all I have is the 3-inch.
I know, my Francesca needs the 4-inch too. So, it was meant to be. I still,
so
honest
excited.
to God, I still have conversations with God about it because I'm just in awe because I'm like, did you plan this all the whole time? Did you know that this was going to happen? And like to the point where Yaro's even like, you were looking away, right? And I'm like, I was looking away, but what? You think I could see it? Like what?
Can I tell you how many times I watched that video? Your expression, your reaction was so priceless. It just made me giggle. You were like, shut up! Shut up! It was so cute.
Because Kristen used, like, the paper she used wasn't thin, normal paper. It was like a cardstock. So when I pulled it, I opened and I couldn't see through it. Usually, and I'm like, who is it? And I'm trying to get the feedback from the TV. And then Kristen goes, Francesca. And I'm like, what?
Your face literally was priceless. And then that moment where you're like, oh, I have to call her right now. I can't call her because my phone is on the screen.
Because I was doing Instagram Live.
I know.
Phone was there. And I was like, so anyway.
So the last time we were live because then you were like, get on this live right now. And I'm like, I'm in my pajamas. You were like, I don't care.
I don't care. Get on the live. On the live, baby.
There's a theme here. I'm sensing a theme.
Oh,
Francesca
Melanie goes, we all seen you look away. Melanie, you're so adorable. Yes, I did look away. But you know what I do? I don't know how anyone else picks a raffle ticket, but Anie over here has a little conversation between her and God. So while I'm picking, I'm like, okay, make sure you get my fingers to pick the right one. And then I'm like, try to give me an image of a sharp corner, a round corner. What should I pick? And so whatever image I got at that moment, I don't even remember. I like whatever I touched, I grabbed. And so that's what. So that was weird.
It was pretty extraordinary.
Divine.
It was pretty extraordinary. And so can I tell you seriously, I am over the moon excited about this. Over the moon. And I already have, I can't wait to get the larger, the lapidary kit because I have an idea. I actually have an idea that I've been dying to do for like 2 years. And now I have to do it. So there you go.
I'm excited. Oh, Francesca, I'm telling you, we all win. Well, this is all a win-win situation for us. So I'm so excited. Like, wow.
And did I imagine this, or did you tell me that there's going to be some kind of other lapidary stuff coming that you're working on?
Yes. So 2 things are in the pipeline. Yeah. I can almost say it now. Because
that's why I didn't say it because
actually, what's funny is I just had a phone conference today with I'll say it. Here you go. There you go. Because I've been planning this, and partly because Francesca's been telling me you need to do this. So we are not only introducing like a little stone trimming saw attachment
Oh
with the
my
jewel
God. That's
tool.
what I was hoping you were going to say. Oh
Yes,
my
but
God.
wait, I got one more because something really got solidified today this morning. Remember the little sharpening thing you wanted? That little
Shut up.
yes.
Shut
So
up.
I can say it now because we're good. So there is a graver sharpening attachment and it's a
Seriously,
collab.
goosebumps.
Collab. You know how all those cool brands collab with another brand?
Collab. Yes.
Collab. We are collabing with GRS.
Shut the front
I
door.
know I'm gonna get goosebumps. So today we confirmed everything. So I'm excited that GRS and Jewel Tool are doing a collab, and we will be putting a sharpening system on your Jewel Tool. And you don't have to modify your Jewel Tool or anything. It's going to be a kit with the wheels. The wheels are actually already made and they're just being a little quick test. And we will roll
If you
out.
need a tester.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're going to get it. You're going to get one, girlfriend. As soon as I grab them.
Okay. Can I just tell you that I have been asking Anie, not even kidding. It's been 3 years. I think I have been asking Anie for I said to her, I said, you've got this awesome tool and you've got this awesome rest idea and the angles and all of that stuff. And the problem is that once that graver is mounted, I can't get anywhere near the discs. I can't do it. And so 3 years, I swear to you, 3 years, every time I see her, hey, have you thought any more about doing a graver sharpening system? Hey, have you thought any more about?
Yes,
so I
yes.
am like so excited for this. So
Me
excited for
too.
this.
Thank you, Francesca. I know you really kind of gave me the gung ho to say this is something that will be good. Everyone will enjoy it. I could use it. And so I said, okay, let me invest. Yeah, there's a lot of investing
I
going on
know it's
here.
a lot of money, right?
A lot. Yeah, there's a lot of money, like molds and parts and machining.
People have no idea, honestly, what goes into new product development. They have no clue.
No idea. Because now I got to get wheels made by 3M. My own wheels, the molds were made. They are preparing them now as we speak. I had to finish all my working with GRS. Oh, and check this out. GRS, I was kind of excited to find out that they're excited that they're collabing with moi. I'm
Why
like,
would they not be? You're
I
Annie Jolie.
I
You're a
understand,
thing.
but in my head, you know, you know me. Okay, I am who I am. You know me already. If you don't know me already, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. I'm just like wow, like that's kind of cool. So I was
It's
excited,
extremely cool.
and they said, if you're interested, you can resell other items of our line if you'd like.
Oh, shut up.
Reseller,
Shut up.
and I was like,
Girlfriend,
I would
shut
love
up right
to.
now.
So that's also been put on the table, which I didn't even expect to eat, but they put
Can
on
I
the
just
table,
tell you,
and I said, "Why not?"
seriously, that is, first of all, so I'm going to brag on you for just a second then, because let me just tell you that I know somebody else who went through a process to become a reseller with them, and it is a process. They are extremely selective about who they work with. They turn down way more people than they accept because
True.
they only want to work with the best of the best. They are extremely picky. And
Extreme.
they've been known to pull reseller agreements, man. If they don't like you, that's
Bye
it.
bye.
They just bye-bye. They've worked very hard to build a reputation as a
Yes.
significant, valuable brand. Their brand is very important to them, rightly so. They've worked hard for it. And so it is a massively huge deal that they are partnering with you and that they've agreed to let you resell their stuff. That's not a small thing.
I
I'm
was.
so freaking happy for you.
I was. Thank
OMG.
you. Thank you, Francesca. It means the world to me. Thank you. I know. I'm excited too. And
Fangirling. That's
so
amazing.
Yeah, so
That's
so I'm
amazing.
I'm excited for that. And also too, they share my same business like model. Like they
Yeah,
don't allow their resellers to cheapen their brand and like do like low
that's the
cost
thing.
pricing. It's if
Fixed
you
pricing,
change a
man. No
price or
discounts.
discount a GRS, you can say goodbye to
You
your
can say
reseller
goodbye.
license.
That's
Yeah, it's
exactly
true.
right.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very, very strict. And I'm actually strict too. I've been known to pull resellers when I've asked them like not to sell on Amazon and they sell on Amazon and I'm like, bro, you just lost your distributorship. We're not
Yep.
playing games here because you
Melanie is
affect.
saying it's very cutthroat in that world. I would not say that it's cutthroat. Um I work with a lot of tool resellers, and here's what they're up against all the time. I can say this because you would never ever say this, but you are constantly up against those companies out there in the world that are offering knockoffs. They're offering substandard tooling, substandard
Yep.
materials. They are not providing good customer service to your customers. It absolutely dilutes the reach and value of a brand that you've worked very, very hard to build up. The brand is very integrally connected to you personally. It represents years and years
Yep.
of hard work. GRS exactly the same. And so,
Yep.
I have utmost respect, frankly, for companies that hold a line and say, this is what we're offering. This is what it's worth. And we are only going to work with people who recognize its value and who are going to help us amplify that out in the market. You can go buy cheap crap, as Ani said, on Amazon. You can buy cheap crap all day long.
All day.
What is that going
Yeah.
to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But even
honestly, I have you've worked so hard for this, and this is a big deal. I'm really proud of you.
thank you so much, Francesca. It means a
Oh
lot.
man,
I'm gonna think cheers to you, my love.
uh,
I will now that I got like all my
yeah,
ducks in order, we will start preparing like pricing and then I'll start doing pre-orders because I like to do pre-orders when I know things are already coming,
are
the
moving
pipeline, they're already
right.
moving and I'm clear. I don't like to do pre-orders on something I'm not certain of yet. I'm just like that. Other people are like, do the pre-orders, get money and why are you dumping all your money into it?
Well,
And I'm like,
because people don't want to, right? You don't want to take pre-orders and then you owe people all this money, and then maybe it's going to be 6 months, and nobody wants that.
no,
That's no
no,
fun.
no fun. So when I know I'm getting closer to it, Ani will release a pre-order, and I would want that to be done for me too. I wouldn't want to be like
Sure.
like a
Yeah.
Kickstarter. Oh yeah, you'll see that product in 2 years.
No.
And you're like, what? So
No. No, but that's also a really good way to gauge interest in what you're going to carry. If you're going to partner with GRS, right? Does it make sense to carry the whole line? Are there things you want to blah blah? Those are all sort of business decisions that you have to make. I will, of course, have some thoughts
yes,
on that,
yes,
which I
yes, and
will
I
share with
will read
you.
and I will listen, and I'll be like, Francesca, what should I carry? Because when you do carry a line like GRS,
Yeah.
that's not a drop ship system. You have to
No,
carry
you have to.
inventory. When you carry inventory, that means you have to pay for everything. Here
Yeah.
you go.
People have
So
asked
paid,
me,
sold.
I have this conversation with people a lot. I am a Eurotool distributor. Eurotool is kind enough. They have worked out an arrangement with me where I don't have to hold inventory in my shop. And people are like,
Beautiful.
hey, they'll call me up and they'll be like, hey, I'd like to stop up tomorrow and shop for some tools. And I'm like, I don't have any tools here. I'm a solo person. I have very limited cash flow. It does not make sense for me to tie up 10 grand in inventory. It doesn't make any sense for me. And so if it boiled down to a choice between not offering Eurotool products to my students or having a $10,000 inventory sitting in my studio, I would just not offer it
Yeah.
because I can't afford to do it.
Yeah.
And GRS stuff ain't cheap. So you're going to be
Oh,
making an enormous investment.
it's not cheap. Like
Yep.
even the retail, like even the dealer prices they were giving me, I'm like, I would ask them, is this retail? And they're like, no,
Yeah.
that's dealer price. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's ass puckering. It's ass puckering.
It's ass puckering. My ass
But
puckered today.
okay, right? But here's the deal. There's a reason for first of all, there's a reason for that, and that's because their product is incredibly high quality.
Super high quality.
Incredibly
And
high
I didn't
quality.
want to partner with anyone else.
Yep. Yep. So there you
Yes.
go.
Super high quality.
Carrie is asking, will your graver sharpening toolkit work with the current GRS sharpening fixtures? Carrie, are you talking about the mast stand with the angle selection?
I
Is that
think
what you're
so.
talking about?
I think so. So it will be, so GRS is going to make the fixture for me. So it's going to be it's GRS's fixture.
But it's going to be mountable. Is it going to be mountable on the jewel tool? Is that the deal?
Yeah. It's very simple. The way it's going to work. I'll release pictures. Yarrow has them soon. So it's basically, hold on. It's basically, you know how your tool rest goes in one of the holes?
Yep.
Well, you're going to have one of the holes. Where am I? So one of the holes will hold the like a GRS
the
post.
mast. Yeah, the mast. Yep.
And it'll go in, and then it'll sit on the flat disc at the top of the jewel tool, and boom.
I cannot even tell you. I just cannot even tell you how excited I am.
So you're gonna have we're GRS, 3M, jewel tool. Those are all some powerhouse names.
We're just gonna take over the world. You're just gonna take over the world.
In my little our jewelry community, I love my world. I do. I love everyone in it. So I wouldn't pick any other world to be in, to be honest.
I'm just so excited for you.
So Yarrow
Amber's
says,
like, is Anie going to do demos on graver sharpening?
Yes.
And
yeah.
I guarantee you.
Yeah. Yep. Francesca too. Yep. As soon as I get a working model, it's not a working prototype. We're not in prototypes anymore. As soon as I get the product and like I have it, you're gonna get one. It's in pre-production, Yarrow says. It's in pre-production.
I'm just so excited. Here's the deal. The reason that I don't do more projects that involve gravers is because the sharpening confounds everybody. It is, it has to be precise in order for the graver to work the way that it's supposed to work. And it's a whatever. There are other fixtures out there, and there are manual ways of doing things, and honestly, it just takes so freaking long that it's a pain in the neck.
It is. And for it to be, they liked that when they said, like, when you're grinding away the dust in their system can't be like vacuumed, but they loved that with my system you can just leave your vacuum on or a shop vac and it'll also pick up that dust. So they love that. And I said, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that was good. And then they liked that I had the variable speed, so you can adjust it for your polishes or your angles, and it'll do everything. It'll set this angle, it'll set the sides, both sides, polish.
I just can't tell you.
It'll do any materials. High-speed steel, carbide.
So, guys, I'll just say to my students who may be watching, several of you have reached out to me recently, in fact, and this is something I've come up against myself. You know that I'm taking classes right now with Kent Rively, and he uses gravers a lot, and he's done several demos for us about manual sharpening. And getting the angles is just really, it takes a lot of practice. Okay. And it's a pain, and it can be very, very, very intimidating. But let me tell you that using a graver is sometimes the only way to get the end result that you want on these beautiful settings, or it's just sometimes the only option. And part of the reason I have not pursued my own education in that area, frankly, and teaching to you guys, is because it's a bar to people using this tool, the graver tools, because it's been complicated trying to teach people how to do the sharpening. So this is a huge news. I genuinely have been behind the scenes advocating with Ani, honestly, for 3 years. I've been
Yes,
begging her to do something about this. And so
true.
I'm thrilled. I'm going to New Approach in August. And one, I think we're spending
Blaine, you
one
are? You're
entire
gonna go see my
day.
buddy Blaine? I love
I'm doing
him.
it. And I think one entire day of one of the sessions is about graver preparation and use and all of that stuff. So the timing is, it just, you guys couldn't be better. So
I'm excited that you're gonna go see to the new approach. So okay, so back to yes. So Francesca has been bugging me about the graver. So this has been a long time in the making. These things just don't. I wish I could just like bewitch
now
and make it happen.
R&D is expensive. You've got to decide if it's worth the investment. Is there going to be a market for it? All of
Oh yeah.
that stuff is kind of a big deal. My birthday is in September. It's a big one. There's a 0 on the end of it. And so I decided that this was the year that I was going to, really invest in my skill set. And so these 2 classes with Kent Ribley and the 2 weeks in Tennessee at New Approach were those. That's my 60th birthday. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? It's my 60th birthday gift to myself, is to
You
do
would
that.
could.
And
I'm
so,
excited. I got goosebumps. What a weirdo I am. Why do I get goosebumps on stuff like that? I swear I feel for you. I love you. And I get happy when you're happy and you
oh,
do
girl,
something for yourselves. Please, you guys, do something for
do
yourselves. You
something for
deserve
yourself.
it. Really.
Teresa says, all this talk is making me feel like I'm totally out of my league. Stop that. Teresa,
Oh,
here's the thing.
stop.
This is seriously the thing. The thing I am most passionate about. It's the thing I go toe to toe with trained bench jewelers about on a nearly daily basis, is making all of this stuff accessible to
Yes.
those of us working in small studios, in a spare bedroom in your house with limited resources. I'm telling you right now, it is the thing I am
Perfect.
most passionate about. So don't feel like you're out of your league. My
Nope.
mission now is going to be to figure out how to bring this stuff to you guys, my students. You
Yes.
can count on me. That's my job now, is to
You
figure
know,
out how to make this stuff accessible to you.
I love that, Francesca. What you just said was perfect because I also echo that. I really do because before, like I catered to high end jewelers and their
And there's,
factories and
I
blah
want
blah
to be
blah.
super clear. I want to be super clear. I have the utmost respect for people who have spent 30, 40, 50 years doing this, who have gone the traditional route, who have apprenticed. I take absolutely not one thing away from them in that. I have the utmost respect for them. Here's what I have a problem with, and we've talked about, you and I have had many conversations about this, Ani. I get very frustrated, and there are people out there in the world who have said this. You shouldn't be allowed to teach unless you have an MFA and have paid your dues. You shouldn't be allowed to make jewelry unless you've gone through an apprenticeship. It's a disservice to students to show. I've heard it all. I've heard it all, you guys. And genuinely, my passion is breaking down those barriers and saying, if you want to be a fine bench jeweler, okay, if you want to do that kind of stuff, you really need to go and study with somebody who knows what they're talking about. But if what you want to do is to make art jewelry, and if you want to learn the basics and you want to express yourself creatively, we can hook you up. We can
Yeah,
hook you
but
up.
you
We
know
can
what,
make this stuff
Francesca?
accessible to you.
But even again, the foundation that you lay, if the person wants to explore it even in depth to be fine jeweler, the foundation is laid. It's just continuous experience in learning. That's all it is.
I
It
literally say to my students, there's going to be a certain point past which I can't take you. I don't have the skills or the years of experience. There just are not going to be enough years in my life. There just are not. I came to this too late. But I can teach you foundational basic skills. I can get you started. I can show you how to set a stone well. I can show you how to evaluate your work. I can give you a good foundation. And then you can go off and take classes with whoever and hold your own and not be ashamed for a split second about that's foundational skills, and then you take it from there. And I
that's
feel like that's
perfect.
my mission. That's my calling. It's the thing I've been given to do.
Yes. And it's important. It's extremely important. That foundation is what sets you off. But it's if you're set in a good direction from the beginning,
Yep.
you're set good. You know what I mean? You've
That's
let the
exactly
turtle
right.
go back into the ocean beautifully.
That
You've
the
set them
turtle.
free in the right path, not like go back into the sand. Like,
Right. Yeah.
go kick rocks. Um,
That's an
you
interesting
know what's
analogy.
funny, Francesca? I have to stop and say something. So my dad on Mother's Day, he's so funny. He goes, Ani, who won the raffle? Because he goes, I saw you kept spinning and spinning
Oh,
and spinning the raffle. And he goes, I didn't understand who won. and I go,
your dad.
Dad, Francesca won. And he's like, huh? And I go, I know. Dad, remember when you watched a Facebook Live and there was a lady soldering and she used okra and there was a very detailed soldering and you were watching and you said, oh, that's very well done. Very nice work. And he goes, oh, yes, I remember her. He goes, and I go, she won. And he goes, oh, that's beautiful. That's very nice. I'm
You're gonna
happy,
make
he
me
said.
cry. Can I tell you seriously? That was a moment. Honestly, it made me cry.
I
Seriously, your
got
dad
goosebumps.
made me
I
cry.
know exactly that moment. Oh my God, I swear I'm having issues.
For those of you that have been a part of my group, we were working on the Klimt project, which is still not finished. Oh my God. Anyway, we were working on the Klimt project, and I was doing some very, very small, detailed, delicate work. And I had all these close-ups, and we were working
Oh,
with the Smith Little, and it was like a whole thing. And I
yeah, I'm
get this
holding my
text
breath.
message. People talk about Anie, here's Anie with the beautiful hair and she's all svelte and gorgeous and busty and the blah, blah, and, selling tools and they're rolling their eyes. And I'm like, y'all don't know what you're talking about. She grew up in a shop of professional Armenian jewelers. She knows her stuff. She learned it at her father's knee. Her dad is
Thank you.
old world craftsman, okay, big
Old.
time. And so he told her when he was watching this, that I knew my stuff. And can I just tell you seriously, I, that's it. I can die a happy woman now.
Yeah.
Seriously,
And but
it
and
absolutely made my day.
that day she had a heavy heart because someone poo-pooed on you. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that? Uh-huh.
Yep,
So you said it couldn't have like he couldn't have said it at the most perfect time because
it
but
was perfect.
it was perfect. And again, that was a divine intervention right there. That was meant for you to hear. And when does my dad be around for your live videos? That was another weird, that's another miraculous event.
Why is your Armenian dad sitting around watching little
Like
old me on a Facebook thing?
that
Whatever.
day, he happened to be at my house at that time. I was out just chilling by the pool, and he's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh, Dad, I'm watching this." And he's like, "Oh, interesting." And he starts watching. So there
So
you go,
So
Francesca. Yeah. Oh,
Teresa, this message is for you. Let me just say, you are never out of your league if you are
oh,
interested in learning and doing the work, because there's no substitute for doing the work. You got to get your hands dirty, right? You do have to put the time in to learn and make mistakes. I promise you, you are not out of your league. I
no, you're
promise
not. No,
you,
no, no,
you are not out
no,
of your
no,
league.
no. Thank you,
So there you
Russell,
go.
for tuning in. I'm in a live tuning in. I'm alive in
I'm a
I'm
living
a
aid
living
and I'm
aid and
working.
working, so I can hang around. Don't forget a mailing label if you want those. Oh shoot, yeah, Russell, I forgot. Russell, oh poops. Uh, Kristen, I need 2 labels. I keep forgetting. Okay, sorry, you guys.
I love
Sorry.
that.
I apologize for everything I
Okay,
forget.
so
How about that?
we got to talking about the GRS thing, and that wasn't even the thing I was talking about. I was
That
interested in
wasn't honestly.
console. It
That
seriously was not.
GRS was not
I
planned.
it was not. I
It
was
was not.
asking about the
She was
twin saw.
genuinely surprised, to be honest with you. You
Yeah,
know what? If I didn't have that phone call this morning, I mean, I was okay to say it, but I felt like today's conference call was like sealed the deal with
that's awesome.
even the resale. So I'm very pleased. So happy. So I'm
I think
excited. I got some, but back to what you were saying, Francesca. I always catered to the fine jewelers and stuff, but
yeah.
I feel as though like my mission also has pivoted. I feel as though like I want to give more to every woman who's starting out, who's been doing this and need extra
Yes.
help, and men too. And men too. We're just
Men too.
primarily
I'm not, but my heart is seriously, and I love my men students. I have several. But honestly, my heart is for women. My
Yeah,
heart is for women.
I just want to help. I want to help. And you know what's interesting? I found this to be interesting. So I bet I get a lot. So the jewelers are very needy. Oh, extremely needy. They'll they'll grab my ear on a phone call
Oh
and
God.
ask me every little detail, and I'm like, bro, if you need this much information, I have a consulting fee, and people have to pay that consulting fee to get the. Oh yeah, Ani charges her rich jewelers consulting fees. You want precious information
Oh,
that's going to help you produce and make you millions,
that's
you're going to
too
have to
funny.
pay me.
That's too funny.
Yeah, so it's true. So anyways, so what's been interesting is I'm like, if you need more information, tune in to my live show. So you guys, I just want you guys to know there have been quite a few professional jewelers, their head jewelers, watching my live shows. They don't comment, but they're there. So I just want to say that even they need help. So you guys, in my opinion, are light years ahead of them in your knowledge that with the jewel tool. That's all I
Well,
can say for me.
here's the other thing that I'm going to say. This has been my experience dealing with people who have not been more formally trained. You guys are fearless. You're not
Oh,
afraid to try you'll try anything. You're like, I don't know how I did that. I just jumped in and tried it. Yeah. I love
yes,
that. I love
I
that.
love it
You
too.
guys
Yeah.
are fearless.
Yep. Yep. I
Fearless.
actually had I did a whole sermon on don't fear last week on my show. I said,
God.
don't fear, just go
Oh,
for it. Don't just go for it, you guys.
it is a little bit like ministry, right? You and I have had this conversation too. I do feel often like the whole point isn't really making the jewelry. It's to lift people up. It's to encourage them and right? It's just saying.
Yeah,
It's
true. I said, do I have a calling? Like what's happening?
exactly right. It is. It's a calling. It's a call. I just want to love people. Is that so wrong?
I
It's
do.
just
I want to love. I want to help. I want to encourage. I want to build up. And I feel like I just want to break down every barrier
me
of
too.
fear.
Yep.
I see
Me too.
people, you were not created with fear. Don't
Yep.
allow it. Kick it out. Get rid of
Suni
it.
says we're fearless because we're following Ani. Yes, charge into the breach behind our fearless leader. That's right. We're a cult. Didn't somebody
We
say
are
that?
the
We're a
cult.
cult.
I love
We're a
our cult.
cult.
We
We're the
love it.
cult of
We're a cult of
fearlessness.
love. We're a cult of love and
I love
unity.
this. Diana Schnetska says, because we don't believe it when someone tells us that can't be done. We just say, hold my beer.
Hold my
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Surest way to get me to try something? Surest way. Absolutely. And I've been this way since I drew my first breath, is to tell me you can't do that. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, you know what? It's true. Oh, really? Do you know what's funny is
Oh,
I've told professional jewelers over the phone through like just this past year. I've said they're like, "Well, my polisher isn't certain that this is going to work for us." And I said, "You know what? I can call I said, I can call a
oh.
woman who has very little jewelry experience and
Mhm.
send her over there and she'll show your polisher how to do that on her jewel tool."
Yeah.
And he's
Yep.
like, "What?" I said, "Yeah. Or why don't you call the secretary in your office and put her on the jewel tool and see how she performs?
Yeah.
Because she'll do something just real good, you know?"
Okay. So can I tell you that I finally overcame my fear about something? I'm super excited because I'm going to show you guys in my group. I'm going to show you this when we set the stone this weekend. I overcame my fear and I did a bezel. I finished up and polished a bezel on the jewel tool when I was preparing a sample.
You
Can I just
did?
say? I
Oh,
did.
doesn't it
I
feel
did it. Can
good?
I tell you? Can I tell? This is just me being honest with you guys, right? Once that stone is set, I've been just too nervous. I go back to my flex shaft and I do what I know because right, that's how we rock. We rock, right? Well, I just won a jewel tool, and I thought, all right, I'm going to have to be using this a lot more than I'm using it on the camera, right? Because right, I use it all the time. I use it all the time. I just don't use it for that. So I thought, okay, I need to suck it up. And so I thought, well, let me try this on the sample that I'm preparing for this project that I'm going to do. And that way, if I screw it up, it won't, it's right. No harm, no foul. I can pop the bezel off and do another one and it'll all be fine. It rocked and it was done like that. And it looks awesome. So, no fear, baby. No fear. Just saying.
That's right. You know, in that feeling of power, you know, that empowerment.
Right?
That's what I want to. I feel like I could spray that all over you guys.
Just bathe in it. Just bathe
in it. It's a good feeling. Yes. It's a good feeling. And once you have that feeling, you take that and apply it to other aspects of your life. Right? And now you become unstoppable.
So it's just freaking stoppable. So I'm not going to name her. I have a student.
Okay, I'm reading comments while you say this.
Okay. So I have a student who's very, very dear to me. And we were having a conversation about some other stuff that was going on with her. And I said to her, you know, you have to be your own advocate. In every situation, yes. Nobody is going to advocate for you the way you can advocate for you. You know yourself, you know your situation, whatever. So I've been giving her, over the last couple of weeks, I've been giving her these pep talks. So she tells me this story. She went with her mother to buy a car or whatever, and the car salesman was being rude to them. And he said, "So are we good?" She goes, "No, we're not good. I had to sit here for 30 minutes and listen to your stupid stories about Vegas. When are you going to answer my questions?" And she said she was channeling all of the stuff that I had told her. She was channeling. And she said she got outside and her mother looked at her and said, "Who are you?"
Well, yeah, you can do that in real life.
Can I just tell you seriously, that is the mission. I know that this word is overused. I know this word is overused. I want to see women truly empowered to do and be whatever the hell they want to do and be. Whatever that is.
Period.
Do it. I want to see. Oh my gosh.
Do it.
Anyway.
Yes. You know, I just love it. That was beautifully
said. It's about way more than jewelry for me. Can I just tell you? It is. This is why I'm passionate about it.
100%. I mean, what does airbrushing on your face have to do with the jewel tool? It's all about, if you feel good about yourself, if you that's a power. You know what I mean?
You're going to make me cry
here in a minute. Confident.
How many times have I texted you in the last 3 months and said, with a picture of myself, and said, I'm going to cry.
God bless it.
You've changed the way I think about myself. And whatever. Anyway, you know I love you. And you know this is partly why you and I are such good friends, because you get it. You get it.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you,
and I love
you so much.
Yeah. From my heart. So from my heart, I give, and I want the best. I truly want the best. That's it. Like, you know, some people say, "Oh, Anie," you know, some of my old people I know, old mentality. "Oh, Anie, why do you tell everyone the secrets that you use? Why do you tell everyone your secrets?" You know? And I said, I don't care to keep it a secret. I want to help others. So if I figured something out, why don't I help other people? So when I see you say this, Francesca, or anyone else that sends me a message saying, "Anie, I love your serum," or "Anie, this has helped my spackle," or whatever, the rose water, I just feel like, okay, God, I did something good. I'm happy that person is happy. And I just hope they, you know, it empowered them, made them feel good about themselves. You know what I mean?
I just want women in particular to get up every day feeling like everything's possible. Like whatever is in their heart, everything is possible. You can do it. And to the extent that it's in my power to make that happen for somebody, I want to do that. Here's somebody asked me the other day, they were like, "So what would you do if you ever won the lottery?" You know, have you ever played that game? What would you do if you ever won the lottery?
Yeah, I actually have a plan.
Oh, I have a plan too. But a
Yeah.
lot of it would be exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
that way it wouldn't change. I would still
no.
be teaching women. I would just be able to give it all away. That
Yeah, I would.
that would be the best part. I would just be able to do it for free.
Yeah, I would be
And
like, yeah, I would be
yeah,
much more generous because I could afford it.
yeah, exactly right. I'd be
You
just
get a
like,
jewel tool. You get a
and
jewel
you
tool.
get a jewel
You
tool.
get a jewel tool.
So you know what I would do if I win the lottery? I would buy a big piece of land here in
Yep.
Texas, acres and acres and acres and
Yep.
acres
I'm
and
with
acres
you.
and acres. And I would build like a little compound, not a
Okay.
creepy compound, but like a cute compound, right? Not a
Yes.
prepper compound, but a cute compound. We'd have say like a big central lodge or whatever. We'd have the most awesome studio ever
Yes.
built, ever, anywhere. And we would have, I don't know, 10 or 12 cute little cottages spaced around.
Oh,
And I
you like
would
this?
do retreats. and
Oh,
and they would be completely free. We would have some kind of a lottery system, and people who wanted to just come and spend a week and learn metalsmithing, we would just do it. We would do small-ish classes, I don't know, 8 or 10 people, and everybody could come and stay in a lodge. I have friends who are amazing chefs. I would hire them. They would just cook all the meat, and you would just come and let me love on you for a week and teach you all the things, and we'd sit around by the fire pit, and I
lovely.
would just spoil the crap out of you.
Well, you know what? If I win the lottery, I'm going to give you money to do that because that sounds lovely.
Yay!
Because
Yay!
I
That's what I
plan
would do.
on winning the lottery. I don't know about you, but I plan on, I just got to buy the tickets.
That's exactly. You got to buy the tickets, right?
However, I
Exactly.
did download the app and I've been buying them every so often.
There's an
Uh,
app for lottery
oh my
tickets.
God. Yeah, it's right here. Hold on. Let me show it to you.
I'm dying.
It's called
Oh,
Mido Lotto
Melanie,
right here. Yara, can
Melanie.
you zoom
Yes,
in?
you can come. You could come with your camper. An
Here,
artist's
look,
retreat. There you go.
right here. So it's this is what it looks like. Yara, zoom in. It's called my Mido Lotto. This one. Look.
Okay. And does that has anybody who ever used that app ever won the lottery?
I won $4. I
I don't
hit a
know.
mega and I hit another number and it gave me a credit. So you can play Powerball, you can play Mega Millions, you
Hmm.
can yeah, they're not sponsoring our show. So you can play Powerball, Mega Millions, and Fantasy 5 and Lotto, Super Lotto Plus. I
No
go for
product
the most
placement for you. You're not
right
sponsoring
now.
our show.
Mega Millions is at 430 400. I always buy the one that has the biggest jackpot
Right,
because
of course.
because 168 million is just not going to cut it for me. I need the
Yeah.
430.
Nick literally got up one night not too long ago and was like, "Damn it, I forgot to buy the lottery ticket," and got up and went back out to the local gas station
Oh,
to
he
buy.
did. Oh, so
Yeah.
look, so you can do self pick, you can do express. I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah, it's kind of. Oh, there. Oh, so anyways, so yeah, you can just buy it and then you just PayPal it. They do charge
Wait a
you a
minute.
service fee.
Nicole says, "You have a crack on your screen. Let me know if you need my day job help for a new phone." Okay, hold on. I have a crack on my screen too.
Yeah, I have a
I don't know
crack.
if can you see it? I
Boy,
don't know if you can
boy, what
see
do
it.
you eagle eyes, Nicole? Yeah, I have a crack. It fell down. Actually, the crack happened while it was in my butt pocket. I
Uh,
don't know. I guess my butt is big and it smushed
okay,
it. I don't know.
we're gonna talk about butts. I have to tell you my risque story.
Okay. Hold on. Just let me read some things. You guys have been
Okay.
they've been writing some amazing stuff. I
They
just
want
want you
me to
guys to
win the
know
lottery so they
I'm
can
not
come to the
ignoring your
retreat.
comments at
They want
all.
me to win the lottery.
That they're with the lottery so far, but there were some other things that people said that I
Let's
want to
see.
say thank you. Um self-doubt for easily creeping. Thank you, Aaron. That was very kind of you. That's beautifully said. Someone said, I really needed this uplifting today. Talk about divine intervention, Teresa Sarnowski
Oh,
said. Sahar says, one of the most selfless people I know. You find time to help people and inspire me every day. Oh, with the
I love
heart.
you,
Hi, Sahar.
Sahar.
Yeah, it's so nice to be a part of a group that builds each other up instead of tearing each other down. A rising tide lifts all boats. Beautifully
Yep.
said. Patty, you two are the epitome of empowerment. Yeah. we try. We're the same people you are. We wake up, we sleep, we do everything the same way you
We have
do.
doubts and depression and anxiety and all of that
All of
stuff
that.
creeps
Yeah.
in. It
So
all happens.
I fear soldering more than any finishing. I fear soldering. I
Okay,
love
so
soldering. Oh, I.
Patty's
You know
telling
what
me
I
I have
miss?
to.
I miss soldering. I truly
You
miss
miss it?
soldering. Yeah, I miss because I used to have. I should bring it. My dad. It's at my dad's house. He's got a whole workshop. I'm gonna set up the torch here. I got it. That's from Patty, right? Is it?
Ah,
Is that from Patty?
if that does not sum up our relationship, here's Ani looking angelic and me looking skeptical.
This is true. This is us. I'm
um,
always like, oh, Francesca, they're fine. And
yeah,
then Francesca
and
will
I'm
go,
always like,
Ani, I don't think so. I would look at that a little deeper and look into that.
I would make an absolutely horrible professional poker player because my face does not know how to lie. Like whatever I'm actually thinking.
I love it. So true, you
Oh
guys.
Lord.
So true. But I know that's so you, Francesca. That's so me.
It
I'd be like,
is really
oh,
like,
but Francesca, they said this. And you're like, oh, Ani, I would
mm,
look at that a little deeper. I
oh,
don't think so, honey.
you might
Oh,
want to
no.
check that. You might want to look a little deeper there.
Au
Yeah.
revoir, Kristen.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Bye, Kristen.
Kristen, bye. She says bye. Bye,
All
everybody.
right. I have to tell my risque story because it will absolutely make you laugh out
Yes,
loud.
I
If
want.
there are gentlemen in the room or small children, you may
Oh, yeah.
perhaps not want to hear what I'm about to say. Yarrow, I apologize in advance to you. Just saying.
You know,
Okay,
Katie,
so one of the things that
I'm excited. I'm
I'm not
ready.
sure I
I'm
can
ready. I'm getting
seriously,
ready.
I'm not sure I can tell this story seriously without like absolutely losing it because I was laughing so hard last night. This literally just happened last night. So we've been talking a lot, endlessly, over and over and over again in my group about Prips Flux. Prips Flux
Yes.
is the thing that makes my method of soldering possible.
Right.
And you can't get it anywhere right now. You cannot.
I
It is
heard.
not
I
being
know. I
made,
hear
right?
this.
So all the way back in November, I did a thing where I looked up a recipe. I made
Yes.
a batch of this stuff. I did a side by
I
side
watched that.
comparison, and I've been sharing that thing everywhere. I've been like, it's not
Yep.
complicated. You can make this yourself, blah, blah.
Yep.
All right. So this came up again yesterday. It comes up, I don't know, it goes in cycles. And people are like, what is Prips? And then that starts the whole thing all over again. And so now we have to have these conversations. So last night,
I didn't even know what I'm laughing.
last night, I get a text from Nicole Ritchie.
I can't.
And Nicole has been researching the materials that go into making Prips Flux, one of which is boric acid.
Yes. I use boric acid. I think I have boric acid in my body. In my lungs. I grew up using boric acid. Talk to me.
So boric acid is one of the supplies. So you know that when you're out on the internet and you are doing searches of one kind or another, unless you are using a system that sort of blocks your searches, they're watching what you search for, and then they very helpfully send you suggestions about things that they think might be related to that thing,
I
that
can't
you're looking
even.
for. So I'm honestly not sure I can do this. So Nicole sends me a text message last night, which reads as follows. She says, I need to stop researching Prips ingredients. I just got spammed with ads for a boric acid vaginal suppository called The Killer.
Shut up! No way!
I can't.
Hold on. Now I need to know what The Killer is.
It's called The Killer boric acid suppositories, free shipping. And it's by a company called Love and Wellness. Now, can I just tell you the conversation that proceeded from this that involved Flux and the JJs?
I want to know what
I
this
was-
suppository does to the vajayjay.
This is what I was like. How boric acid is a roach killer. Like why?
Yeah.
Like why? Who thinks that sticking that up your vajayjay is a good idea, and why? Like
It's a
why?
killer.
What is it? It's the killer. So Nicole and I were having a text thread. This was late last night, to the point where her husband rolled over and said, either
Shut
stop
up.
laughing or get the hell out of bed and go downstairs, because we could not. We were absolutely dying. We were just dying. So
You
there
know
were
what
all
I'm
sorts
gonna
of.
you know what I'm gonna Google after we're done with this, right?
Oh, please be careful. Be careful, because I'm just telling you. I was stunned. I was stunned.
I'm stunned right now. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around.
I could not stop laughing. So first of all, I'm like, who would think to do that? Number one, and then why would you name such a product the killer?
Yes.
Like what?
Acid in
What
your
is the thing?
vajayjay and the killer.
Mm,
I still need to find out what this does. Why is it in the vajayjay? Does it spark something exciting?
Nicole is telling me I have to tell them what Nick said. Here's the deal, though. I'm really not sure I can, because it was just really that awful.
Oh, he says it kills the infection and everything else.
You know what else kills infections? Antibiotics. I don't understand.
Vinegar. I don't.
Dee Marie says, my daughter was taking boric acid pills for an infection. It turns out they were suppositories and she was taking them orally.
That sucks, but it's funny.
I am absolutely dead. I'm dead.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Glenda Ott says, Glenda says you would not believe the captions on this conversation. The auto-generated captions are apparently something to behold. I am dying.
I love it.
Anyway,
oh my God, you
so
guys. Well, who knew boric acid had other functions?
I had no idea.
That's good. That was good. Thank you,
would
Nicole.
say-
Another good one from Nicole. Thank you, Nicole.
Right, Nicole is classic.
Today,
I'm just saying.
Today, I reposted that all that glitters clip that she sent me about the guy using a buffer and his chain went, and then. But if you listen,
I watched him step up to that machine, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, shut up! You did.
I was watching the clip you posted, and it's the commentary. The commentary by Nicole and back.
Yeah, the commentary by Nicole is. She's like,
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun,
It's
dun.
dramatic music.
Cue the music, and then she's like, "Up, where's the Jewel Tool BBC?"
Where's the Jewel Tool BBC?
People are like, "Who's talking?" You know, I could just imagine, like, some people on Instagram don't know Nicole the way we know Nicole on Facebook. They're probably like, "Who's talking? That's not Anie's." But I wrote commentary by our very own Nicole Ritchie.
Wendy Shaw says, Wendy Shaw says, I learned so much on your program.
You know, we're here as informational sources. You see?
Hashtag serving you.
Hashtag serving you.
That's what we're here
with
for.
JJ.
Dear
I watched
Lord.
the murder mysteries where a woman offed her husband with borax over a year or two. Oh, nice. It's good to know what other things borax is good for. You know,
okay, but that's
really
borax, not boric acid. Two different things.
That's not boric acid.
Not the same.
Yeah, it's true. Boric acid and borax is two different things.
They are not the same thing.
Yeah, Yarrow says I don't condone that kind of behavior. Oh God,
Nick, so I'll tell you what Nick said. It was a version of, well, at least that way your flux would always be warm.
I think that was wise. insight from Mr. Watson. I don't see any problem.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Absolutely
You guys,
dying.
too funny. I'm getting like messages. Borax is the 20 mule team stuff.
Yep.
Bonnie said, yeah. I
Lord.
always use boric acid with alcohol. Oh, and
So
please.
here's why I don't teach that to beginners.
Oh yeah, it fall down and blow up.
Because the last thing beginners need, right? They're already trying to figure out how they're going to work the torch and they're already freaked out about that. Having a potentially explosive container of flammable material where you're torching
Yeah,
is
yeah.
probably not advisable.
No, because this bench could tell a story or two, and everyone always like says, "Oh, you have burn marks all over your bench." I said, "Yeah, we did a lot of soldering. Like, and our
Yeah,
flames were hot because
right.
we use the torch with the what? I can't. You can't see it. Well, here's a nice torched area. So people always would question why there's so much black here. You're going to show that? So it's basically the torch goes everywhere. And then sometimes I would pull this out and I would need a larger area to, oh, wait, yeah, I'm talking to myself. I would pull this out, right?
Yeah,
So I would put like my charcoal or whatever I
yeah,
had, and I needed like this. So this area is all charred. I don't know. Can you see
yeah,
that, Yarrow? It's
yeah.
all charred. It's all black char. Oh, where's my finger? Hold on. Where's my finger?
Bye,
There.
Sahar. Sahar's leaving.
By Sahar. There's fire everywhere. Like
Yeah.
when you're working,
You
but
know that I just
the boric
inherited.
acid would fall down sometimes. Like so,
Yeah, oh, no, no.
sometimes the container catch on fire,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
it tilted and then fire everywhere. So it's like you have like flames, and you're like, ah. So yeah, but it works
yeah,
good. We used to
yeah.
always use it.
No, I stay away from that stuff with beginners because they've got enough stuff to think
Oh
about.
yeah, no, I mean it happened to experience. It happens.
Oh yeah.
It
You
goes.
should read in some of the bench jewelry forums. There's inevitably some guy who tells the story about the time. Yeah, I went to re-dip my piece and didn't realize it was still on fire from when I did it before, and it exploded and burnt my eyebrows off. And just it happens. It happens
Yeah,
even
yeah,
to
it's true.
experienced people.
I don't recommend quenching your item in the boric acid with the
Okay,
alcohol.
truly, this happened, and I can't remember now which. Maybe it was the big ass ring. I can't remember. One of the projects that I did live, I accidentally picked up a bottle of. I have a spray bottle of rubbing alcohol for cleaning Sharpie off my
Yes,
pieces, and I sprayed that instead of flux under the flame. Whoosh. That was that was yeah.
it
Not,
goes up pretty fast, doesn't it? That little sucker. Yeah,
oh,
it does.
it's scary. It's scary. It's scary when it
But
happens.
I used to stick boric acid. I remember to protect stones. Like if a stone was like an emerald, and I wanted to create a barrier. I don't know if people know that you
Really?
can protect the stone. It's like a
See?
barrier. So boric acid, it like mixed with alcohol, of course. But if it's a little pasty, little
Yeah, yeah.
bit, like I would dig into the
Yeah.
bottom because sometimes it's
It
heavy,
settles. Yep. Yep.
it settles. So it would take my paintbrush, because we'd always have a paintbrush in there,
Yep.
like a little kid's paintbrush. It's so pathetic.
Yep.
So I'd scoop it up and I would put it on the stone, make it nice and
Wow.
thick.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, because it would protect the stone from the extra heat and from cracking. Didn't
I
ever have
didn't know
one
that.
stone that cracked. Not one stone ever cracked on my
That's
hand.
amazing.
Yeah, that's a jeweler's tip. You're welcome.
There you go. There you go. You learned something. This is
Yeah,
educational programming, you guys.
it's very
So Nicole Ritchie
vaginas.
wants to know. Nicole Ritchie wants to know if we're going to name our cult group the Killers,
The
which I
killers.
think we probably.
That'll invite a lot of people. They'll be
Oh
like, "Oh,
God.
they sound like a lovely group."
We need leather jackets and a gang patch or something. Can we have leather jackets and a gang patch? The Jewel Tool Killers. It needs to be Killa, Killers.
Killer, killer,
And we have
killer.
to make sure that it's sponsored by Love and Wellness.
Yara goes straight out of Jewel Tool. What is
Oh my gosh. Yarrow wins the internet today. That's
Yara's
hysterical.
funny sometimes. He's been good these days. I'm very happy with Yarrow.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
Straight out of Jewel Tool.
straight out of Jewel Tool, guys.
What's our gang symbol?
That's
Straight out of Jewel Tool. What? Even. Oh my Lord. We have to come up with
this is for Watson.
W for what? Straight out of Jewel Tool.
What am I?
No.
Oh no! Oh no! That goes
No.
back to the
I can't even.
Hold on.
Oh,
I
Lord.
need to put eye patches on. We don't want wrinkles.
I'm
Actually,
dying.
you know what's funny? These eye patches, my mother-in-law only uses them. I actually don't use them. And I was like, your face is looking good. I telling her under eye. And so I like I gave it to her and I went in her bathroom and I took them.
I took them back.
And I'm like, let me try these suckers.
Those out.
Maybe I'll keep it down.
I could do that. I could put them on my neck while I'm watching TV. And
yes, that, you know what? If you can't sleep with them, sometimes I don't sleep with them. You know, if it gets hot or like LA's been a little hot and weird, you know, and if you don't want it, don't sleep with it. But at least while you're hanging around the house and no one's around, however, no one could see them. It's so funny. I had them on. And my daughter's boyfriend came over and I'm like, oh, hi, hey, how are you? He gives me a kiss. And then I realized they went out and I'm like, oops. He didn't even notice. No one even noticed. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. Okay, this was the laughter I needed today.
Bonnie says we've got the colors, red and black. Thank you, Bonnie. We've got Glenn Nicole, get busy on the killer graphics. No, Anie, no. I don't know what I said, but she said, oh, I was doing this. And so Bonnie goes, I'm telling you guys, I am a nerd. I really am. People might think like, oh, if you see, oh, Anie, she's like, I'm very nerdy, very prudish. I can't even put cuss words together to save my life. Like I can't do it. It doesn't work for me, but I'll say it if I really mean it. Can you use the iPads on your top lip? Oh, how funny. My mother-in-law uses it on her top lip. Yes, Suni. Yes, Suni. You definitely can.
Funny.
Because my mother-in-law is always saying she wants to do this smooth the skin here. And so she puts this on and it smooths like the skin around her lips.
That's really funny.
She's talking right now. She's talking about it now. Yeah, like right here.
Hold on. I do it like it's right here. See this right here? That's just really like, I want to do like that.
Yeah. We've been known to walk around the house like this. Hold on. You can cut these too, by the way, Suni. My mouth is not so big. You can do it like this.
My mouth is big enough for both of us.
So I've actually put them here. I have put them here.
Have you?
I have been known. However, when you put them here, it's not good to sleep with because they do come off. Because I'm a side sleeper and I guess I'm violent.
I am too. Yeah.
I guess I'm violent.
I'm a violent side sleeper.
Look, I take my pillow and I shove it up underneath my head. So they stay, but I feel as though if you're gonna wear them, just wear them in the evening, just for an hour or two. It just makes a big difference.
So when we get off of this thing and I get back into my pajamas, I will dig out the.
Yeah, don't be lazy, you guys. Like I said, I don't always sleep with them. I have them next to my nightstand. And it's so funny. I had cleaning ladies that came over last Friday and they were like, what the fudge are some of these? Because I usually hide them in my drawer when they come. But I forgot. And they're like, oh. They're like, this girl, like, because they see all the makeup I have and they're like, whatever, lady.
That's absolutely hysterical. That's too funny.
So
I do have some other news.
Yes, Nicole, I'm a killer sleeper. Especially when Yarrow snores, I go, bam! or kick.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
no, that's all right. So I do have some other news. So we've been saving up for a year. Our house was built in 2006 and it needs painted outside, right?
Uh-huh.
It's brick, but there's, our porches and the eaves and all, and we've been saving up to get that done because it's not cheap to get that stuff done. So it was supposed to happen
Nothing
this week, but over the
house
weekend,
related is cheap.
I know
Yeah.
nothing house related is cheap, but this is the house they're going to carry me out of, and I would like to make sure it's still standing. We've got a few areas of a little bit of dry rot in a couple places, some stuff that needs fixed, whatever. We're going to get that. It's just like small little trim things. We're going to get that fixed, everything painted. It's going to be wonderful. So they were supposed to start that this week, except that this weekend we discovered that we have not one, but two nests with baby birds in them. And they're so cute. They are just absolutely so stinking cute. And so I had to send the painters a message, and I was like, they're going to fire us. They're going to not, it took forever to find a good company to work with and
Yes,
we could afford and all of that. I
I
was like,
agree. Oh, you have no idea.
I
Yes.
don't, we got on their schedule a month ago, and it's like, I don't want to have to, I don't want to, but I also can't kill the baby birds.
No,
So I sent
no.
them a message and I'm like, we have a problem and I'm really sorry. And we're just going to have to postpone and they wrote back and they were like, well, of course, no worries. You let us know when the baby birds have flown away and we'll get you right on the calendar. And I was like, oh, thank you. See, there's good people in the world.
There
So
is
there
good
you
people
go.
because in Los Angeles they would have gone like
I know.
it would not have worked out like that. That'd be like,
I
oh, big
seriously had a
deal.
moment. I literally had a moment where I sat on the back porch and I thought, because one of them, and so I thought, oh, maybe if we just do it now and just get it quickly. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. The little babies, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, like so I have a question for anyone out there. Right, my next door neighbor, I found a nest. You see that?
What is
A
that?
nest. It's a little nest on the ground. So does it mean that here I'll zoom in even more. Hold on. There. It's a little nest. Oh, Yarrow says hold it. Where am I? Okay, hold it there. Oh, there. It's a little
Oh,
nest. So does it mean they're gone if it was on the floor or it fell
yeah,
down?
it's gone.
So
They're
I
gone.
didn't know. Yeah. So I just saw this on Monday. Was it? Yeah, Monday. Monday at 9 a.m. When I was walking the dogs, my next door neighbor, it was right by their garbage cans. And I was like, it
You know
fell
my
down.
friend Gwen Youngblood. You know my
Yes,
friend
I
Gwen
love her.
Youngblood. So I adore Gwen. So she had a family of blue jays with a nest in her yard, and one of the babies fell out of the nest. And so Mama and Daddy, and they say don't ever don't pick them
Touch.
up, don't help, don't whatever. And so for a couple of days, the Mama and Daddy blue jay were coming around and feeding the baby, and then Gwen got up one morning and the baby was gone. And Mama and Daddy blue jay kept coming back and looking for it and calling for it. And she said her heart was just broken. You just know that some neighborhood cat or something came and got it. And I know that that's the circle of life and it's nature and all of that kind of stuff, but
I gotta stop that. Like I can't see it. I can't witness it.
so
I can't know
sad.
about it. Yeah, I am bothered by that. So I don't know what happened to these birds. I don't even know anything. I have no idea. But I do live in the jungle, so there's all sorts of crazy things
Yeah,
that.
right?
Yeah, Yara found an owl in our backyard tree, and the owl, well, after researching, it was a big burly owl. I found out that those are the only owls that can pick up a small dog. So I was like,
Jolie.
paranoid. Yeah.
Oh,
So every time I'm out there or someone takes Jolie out, I'm like, you better be hovering over Jolie
yeah.
because I
Right.
don't trust if the owl's up there or not. So yeah, birds of the air, you just don't know where they're gonna come.
Yep.
Birds of prey,
So my dogs, my sweet dogs. So we have hawks here
Yeah.
in Texas, and I have chickens, and hawks like to eat chickens, and they're pretty fearless. Several years ago, I had the flu really bad. I caught the actual flu A. 5 months on and off, I was sick. It was brutal. And one day when I was sitting in the living room, a hawk flew down and landed on one of the posts at the garden. And when I went out to kind of shoo it off, because it was sitting on the post and looking across at my chickens, and I was like, I went out. All the chickens were hiding under a bush. They were like very, very, very still. And do you know that that hawk was completely unfazed by me,
By you.
unfazed by the fact that my dog ran out and was bouncing around the bottom of the post and just barking like crazy. I actually had to walk all the way out, as sick as I was. I had to walk all the way out to that post. I stood, I mean, that was right above me on this post and unfazed, completely unafraid of me. And I finally had to bang on the post to get it to go away. And it was like, you are
Yep.
not the boss of me.
Yeah.
I will eat
Yeah.
your chickens
Good.
if I want to.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. They're very Yarrow put our dove outside to get fresh air in its cage. And next
Yeah.
thing you know, Yarrow's like, I think it attracted friends. There's a hawk sitting on his cage, and there's another hawk at the edge of my roof.
Sitting on the
Plotting.
cage.
So it's on the one is on the cage. I have a video of it. I'll post it maybe later.
Holy
The
crap.
hawk on the cage and one sitting on the roof. And
No.
I'm like, Yarrow, those are not friends. Those are not friends. Go out there. And Yarrow went out there, and they're like unfazed.
And they were unafraid, right?
Until
Unfazed.
Yarrow took something and to like go like this, to the point where I usually have a blanket over like the top of his thing for the sun and whatever.
Yeah.
This hawk took his foot and knocked that blanket down, and I was like, oh, he's mean business, Yarrow.
He's not kidding around. Both
Yeah,
of my dogs are very bird oriented. And if they see large birds, they don't care so much about the little birds that come to our feeder. But if they see a large bird flying over, they run out in the yard and they're barking and they chase them off. They don't want those big birds around our property.
Interesting.
I'm very proud of them. Good dogs.
Interesting. That's
Are you a
good.
good boy?
Very good babies. Yeah. Mingo just loves to harass that duck. That poor duck. The mother just is sitting there helping
Are they
her.
still there?
They're actually now in my neighbor's in my neighbor's bush. She's nesting, so she's got eggs. And one egg, while she was floating in her pool, an egg fell in the pool, and they got it. I don't know how they dove in there and they got it. Her and her husband. Yeah.
The accident.
So,
she laid an egg while she was swimming. Oops,
she laid an egg.
How did that happen?
Yeah, it just went. It was like a water birth, and yeah. So Mingo is very like intrigued. It bugs the big birds. Jolie doesn't care. Jolie's like, what? Yeah. But anyways,
Irene is pointing out that one of my dogs also does not care for SQUIRRELs.
Oh,
I can't even say
the
word. She's sitting right here. I cannot say the word because if I do, she's going to go bananas.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you right now. I can't even, if I were to say the word right now, she's already caught wind of the fact I'm talking about something because I was spelling. So yeah, I'm telling you, she's looking at me and whining.
I can hear her. I can hear her.
We get up in the morning and there's a door in my bedroom that looks out into the yard, and her first stop, she jumps down off the bed and she goes to check to see if they're there.
If they're there.
Do you hear her?
Yeah, I hear her
out
squealing.
Right, because I'm spelling.
She's
very.
They're smart, man.
Oh,
they're so smart.
So what's the matter, Bella? Is there a squirrel? You should have seen her head snap around.
Snap around. I know. You know what Mingo did this week? Oh, yeah. Let's do the look away. The Mingo. So Mingo's also a squirrel, a runner, attacker.
Oh, yeah.
They're faster than Mingo, but Mingo doesn't have a fighting chance. So, there was one on the gate right outside my bedroom window, and you can see it. Okay, he was just chilling, and we go. Yara goes, Mingo, look. Mingo, look. So this is Mingo, right? Mingo, look, and Mingo went like this. Like he did a double take. Oh my God, we're on the floor dying. It was so good.
So I actually have video. I don't know that it's very good. Bella was inside and the SQUIRREL was up in the tree, and Toby was outside with me. We were sitting out on the patio, and the squirrel was chattering. Oh, she's seriously unhappy with
Yeah,
me
yeah.
right
You,
now.
it's just hot and bothered.
Oh, I need to be careful. Anyway, he was up in the tree and he was chattering because he could see Toby out in the yard, and he was wanting to get to the feeder. My husband is not helpful. He's a complete soft touch, and so now, of course, we have feeders for them. I'm like, what? Why
Yes,
are
you
you
need
feeding
them.
them?
I'm. Yep. Heating is beautiful. Very nice.
Whatever,
I
whatever.
love
And
this.
so and so
Blankets.
so the SQUIRREL wanted to go to the feeder and could see the dog in the yard and was apprehensive about didn't want to come down out of the tree while the dog was there, and then realized
Yeah.
that the dog was oblivious. So I have video of the SQUIRREL chattering and finally realizing he could climb down out of the tree and creep across and up the post to the feeder, and the Toby Meister was video of it. I'm like, dude, you're missing it. You are missing it. You're missing it. He's like, whoa. Super happy. Totally. Kathy says, I had a dog who would see
And his
SQUIRRELs out in
teeth
the
would
yard and her
chatter.
teeth would chatter.
Yeah, they get excited. I don't know what Mingo would do if he actually got near this. Well, a squirrel got so scared of Mingo and ran up right by the front door of my house, ran up one of the trees,
Yeah.
but it was a young one. It was a young one. And as he ran up, he slipped and fell, kunk, on the cement. And I'm like, run for your life! Mingo is
The
gonna. And it
dogs
was
will
so
get you.
funny. It like a little bit shocked because stunned because he hit the cement, but he quickly ran and then he ran up another tree. But Mingo was still slow, but it sucked. He
D
fell.
Marie says, we had an SQUIRREL in our bathroom wall, and I barked for 5 minutes, and I swear it left and hasn't been back. Okay, that's on that note. Okay, let me see if I can get Miss Thing to come over here. Come here. Come here. Come
Let's
here. Let's
see.
show
I know
everybody how
Jolie
lucky
is
you are.
actually hungry. I have to be leaving
Come here.
soon
Come here.
because
Come
I
here.
forgot I didn't
Come
bring
here.
Jolie's food today.
All right,
I
hold on.
figured
You've got
she
to
could
see.
use it.
This is the hunter right here. This is
Beautiful.
Bella.
Hi,
Hi, Bella.
Bella.
Okay, so I'm going to ask her a question, and on that note, we will check out because she's going to lose her mind here in a second. On that note, we'll leave. Bella, Bella, do you want Bella? Do you want to go get the squirrel? Yep, she does. On that
First of
note,
all, she's beautiful, by the way, Francesca. Beautiful. So
she's
what
a
a
cutie.
sweet
She
little
is a
soul.
cutie. She's a
You
serious cutie.
know,
I love her. I know. I said the word. We're going.
I love her.
We're
I
going.
love her.
I
I
love her too.
love her.
She's pretty cute.
No,
She's
no,
pretty
she's
cute. But now we
adorable.
have to go. We have to
Yeah, I
go.
gotta go because bye mom. Nicole goes bye mom.
Bye, mom. Gotta go.
Bella
All
goes
right. On
peace
that
out,
note,
homie.
we are never letting. We're not going a month again. Too much to
Yeah,
catch up on. It's
too
too
much
much.
to catch up on, you guys. We'll chit chat again. You know, we
Yep.
get. I miss my Francesca and you guys time. I
I
really do.
missed
I
you
love it.
too. Really, truly.
And it's
Love
funny.
you.
Well, I love you. Like Kristen said today, you know, Ani, if you're not feeling up to it, you can just tell Francesca you don't want to do it. And I look at her and I go, oh no, I'm excited to do the show. And she's
I
like, oh, okay. I was just telling you because Kristen knows I'm a people pleaser. And so
yeah,
Kristen is the voice that says, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, Ani.
right.
And I
Exactly
turn
right.
and I go, oh no, I'm excited for today. I missed this.
I missed it
So,
too. I missed you terribly. All
okay,
right.
so
Look. Oh my Lord. Our
bye,
patch
the
better.
goes bye to all the
I,
kill up, the JJs.
that had better not be what's on our patch. I'm serious. That had better not be
Thank
what's
you
on the
guys for
patch.
everything. I
Mwah, mwah,
thoroughly
mwah.
enjoyed tonight. I just want you guys to know that if you think your comments were like for nothing, I was glancing and we will look at all the comments. You guys, I
We
love
will look at
you and you
all the
guys
comments.
make me giggle inside. So thank you guys. You're so welcome, everybody.
Love
You had a lot
you.
of oh, thank you guys.
Love you guys.
Love.
Straight out of straight out of Compton, straight out of Jewel Tool. Peace out.
It reminds me of
Bye.
Nanu Nanu. Didn't
Not,
Mork
right. It
and
was
Mindy do
Nanu.
this?
Was it Nanu Nanu or Live Long and Prosper or I don't know.
I don't know. Mork and
Oh,
Mindy.
all
I'm
right.
happy to continue to
My
provide all
dog
the
is
entertainment for
losing.
the peanut gallery today.
My dog is
Thank you,
losing her shit.
Nicole.
I've got to go. I
Okay,
know.
love you
She's
guys.
losing it.
Bye.
Bye,
Okay,
guys.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. Yara's gotta hang up. Okay, let me go push the button.
Hang
He
up,
left.
hang up, hang up.
Jolie had a pee. Okay, bye, you guys. Peace out,
Bye,
homies.
bye. Peace out.